Gemini, hello and welcome to your July reading. This is for anyone that has their sun, moon, rising, midheaven, and or their Venus in the sign of Gemini. However, if you just happened upon this video or you are cross-watching for someone you are interested in, I'm sure there's a message in here for you, and I do hope that it finds you well. Couple of updates, one of them being I did change the name of my channel. It should be the last name brand change that I do for this channel. I just wanted to incorporate my name. It's more authentic to self, and I like the play on words with that. But outside of that, I also have kept the system going as far as pre-shuffling and pulling the cards before I turn on the camera, just because it helps me with time, and nobody has given me any feedback as to whether or not they like this method or not. So until then, I'm just going to stick with it. But let's see what is going on with you guys for July. What came out for you was the Knight of Wands, talking about play, right? Followed by the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands. Okay, coming into the mid-month and potential obstacles, you have the King of Swords that came out horizontally laid, followed by the Six of Wands and the Five of Cups. Okay, and then the last week of July, ways to overcome these energies. You have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, followed by the Four of Swords and the King of Cups. Okay, a lot is coming to mind right now. I'm receiving a lot of downloads, one of them being don't be too serious in July. Use that wit that is very natural for you as Geminis. You need to be more of an enterprising person. Don't take things to the head. I'm getting that with this last row in July. That came out, but I feel like that is due to somebody or something demanding too much from you. And I feel like it's causing you to get a little flustered at this point, causing some frustration, agitation. You potentially wanting to act out of character, because the page can be immature energy. A problem because it can lead you to become destructive, and you don't need that. And to some degree you understand that. But I feel like maybe other people can't. I feel like somebody or something, whatever is demanding too much from you or of your time, it's causing you to stress because you feel like you can't live up to their expectation. And I'm getting that with the Six of Wands, the Five of Cups, and then this Ace of Pentacles that came out reversed. Feeling like whatever it is that you do, it's not good enough. Also, I'm getting that. As hard as you try, it's like it just doesn't work out. It's not satisfactory to whoever it is you're trying to do well for. But I mean, coming into the end of the month, you can't please everybody, and I feel like that's the lesson that you learn. But as long as you are pleased within yourself, that is really all that matters. As long as you remain and or keep your composure in situations that prove to be difficult, with people that prove to be difficult, that's all that matters. By the end of July, I feel like whatever it is that you've been going so hard on or going so hard for, if this is a person, whoever you've been like really going hard for, you're gonna have to just take a breather. sit by yourself, refocus, restructure, reorganize, because I feel like there is a little bit of disorder, especially as it comes to your own psychology, your own mental. You're having disorganized thoughts. It's proving to be unhealthy for you. So you need to separate yourself for a while. It doesn't have to be permanent unless you choose for it to be like you definitely see it's not of your highest good. It no longer resonates with you. It's not vibrating on the same frequency, and I'm getting that just by whatever it is that he's holding. I'm just getting a lot of like bitchy energy, especially with the wands up at the top. So if this is a female that has been bitching at you, somebody that you're dating in a relationship with and they're younger than you, it's like you're gonna have to sit them down and have a talk like, hey, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, this is what I will tolerate, this is what is no longer acceptable. Either you're gonna get with it with this Page of Wands, or you're gonna get gone with this Five of Cups that's in the obstacles position. But the Swords energy definitely does talk about restrictions, how you're restricting yourself, but definitely what your strengths and your weaknesses are. You understand that. You also understand that there are some thought processes potentially that you have been having that need to be changed, and so you will move accordingly, or you're starting to in the month of July. Make a more dedicated effort to see things differently, to see things with a different perspective, to change the vantage point. That is a read. Come on, Spirit. Changing the vantage point in the way that you see things, in the way that you view things to be important as far as what's acceptable. Or, sorry, as far as what success means for you. As far as why you may feel like you need to always seek the approval of other people. Why you always feel like you have to be the center of attention. Why you always feel like you have to be just the best at everything. But how you come to still find yourself feeling empty at the end of the day. And why is that? Because you're not really doing this for you, right? So put an end to that. By the end of July, I see a lot of you putting an end to that if that's what you've been struggling with. Now, if you're completely single, you may have been acting very scandalous. That is my new favorite word. I've said that in at least 3 other tarot videos. But this is a card of like one-night stands. A lot of sexual energy, a lot of sexual tension and or frustration. But if you've been more on the scandalous side, it's like, okay, you can't really keep doing that for much longer because it's dangerous. You're playing with fire with doing that. It's not safe, especially if you've been having unprotected sex with people. So realize how acting like that is being unfair to self. He's not completely upside down, but you know how that can affect your health, your vitality. I'm getting that with the Six of Wands. How that affects you emotionally. You're still disappointed, you're still lonely, maybe even embarrassed by how you've been acting, by being so careless, because these cups are all just like spilled. It's just all over the place. It's okay. Everybody gets to a point where it's like, okay, it's time to mature out of that. If you've gone through your little hoe phase, right? I don't know a lot of people that continue to do the same thing throughout their entire life. Like at some point you do get tired, and I feel like you guys have been fed up with how you've been acting. And so you might rededicate yourself and decide to spend more time alone. Take better care of yourself. Sorry. And or get back into your spirituality too, because the King of Cups is a card of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. And with this purple, which is associated with the crown chakra and the third eye, you could definitely be delving more deeply into that. Taking a vow of celibacy or remaining abstinent. If I haven't said that yet, that can be something that you potentially come to decide on at the end of the month. I mean, you might be a little uncertain about it, but it's worth a shot if it's something that you've never tried before. I mean, don't hold any high expectations for the way that you intend for it to go, but it's worth trying out if it's something that you think about. So that's one thing. If you are like completely single and you're wanting to date, you need to get out and mingle and have fun and play. Be open to being flirtatious. I feel like you guys are being or will be attractive to a lot of people in the month of July if you are single. Don't hold yourself back. Don't be afraid to get in the middle of the dance floor and act a fool. I'm getting that with this a Five of Cups. Be a fool. Be silly. Be you. Be your authentic self. Have a good time. You might very well meet somebody through a group of your friends. Like one of your friends might introduce you to someone that they know and you guys hit it off. But just be careful that you don't I know I said like be a fool, be crazy, be you, but don't get too crazy and make the wrong impression. I'm getting that with that by like drinking too much. So just control your drinking when you go out. I would say have 3 drinks max, just to lower your inhibitions. If you're more of the reserved type of person, if you're more of a shy type of person, it's hard for you to really open up. You need to work on that. Don't just rely on substances to help you do that. You need to figure out other ways for you to come out of your shell. In a sense, I'm definitely getting that. You need to find other ways to come out of your shell and stop being so reserved and so shy. But yeah, just watch your drinking limit when you go out, because you might do the very opposite as far as being attractive, and then somebody see you and they think that you're unattractive, you're brute, you're an asshole. You know, it can take a turn for the worst if you're not careful. So that is just my cautionary message on that. But yeah, don't be a prude. That came through. And with this Four of Swords, this can be about like learning, and with this King of Cups, how to be like more romantic, how to show a softer side. This person that you might meet through your friends may help you with being more soft, and again opening up, which is something that you may need at this time as a person. You need to develop the characteristics of the King of Cups. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up for you guys. As far as chakras go, your root chakra might be a tad bit overactive. Your heart chakra is underactive, so rebalance that. Your sacral chakra, it's okay, but just watch that this month. And your throat chakra and your third eye crown chakra need to be improved. So if you don't know how to do that, I will leave the link in the description box below. And at this time, if this resonated, definitely give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.